to the Spurs News Podcast, your home for all things Tottenham Hotspur. Now, here are your hosts.
Come on!
Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of the Spurs News Podcast. I had completely forgotten I'd done that. Oops. Welcome to the new show. That's really made me laugh to start with. I am Sam. For anyone listening for the first time, welcome. For anyone listening every week, you know I am. And joining me is my partner in crime. It's Matt.
Up the Geordies!
Away the lads.
Away the lads.
Oh man, yeah. I must have done that literally the morning after and just loaded it in and forgot. Because I was literally getting ready on the fader button here, like, okay, I've played that now, just get ready for me to do hello and welcome, and no, it had that on there. That was good. Oops. Hopefully it made a few people laugh as well. But yeah, we are back. Spurs News Podcast rolls on. We had a great show last week. Unfortunately, slightly ruined by me nosing up the audio. So I was very honest on the show. Basically, I've upgraded the recording equipment and I don't know how to use it. So we did the show last week and I was like, yeah, it's great. This is really interesting. And then could not work out how to get the sound quality any better. I have now. I'm delighted to say. So I hope. I should say this in a more kind of like, I really hope I have. So by the time you're listening to this, hopefully you can hear me and Matt very well. But yeah, that was completely on me last week, and I owe you the apology, my friend. You were not happy with me.
It's a learning curve, Sam. It's all a learning curve.
You're being very gracious now. Thank you. It's very kind.
I've got over my diva moment.
Yeah, yeah. I had a complete strop. Yeah. It was like, yeah. This week I had all purple M&Ms in a wine glass, and that was it. But last week's show was just basically me and you waxing lyrical about beating Arsenal 3-0. Everyone remember that? Beating Arsenal 3-0? Just making sure everyone's aware. And then we were talking about how Tottenham kind of do these moments where, you know, we go and get this amazing result and then we play a team we really should beat and we don't. And we were kind of, the Burnley game, we were like, no, we feel good, but, you know, it's not going to be an easy game because they are going to sit and really dig in and they're fighting relegation. They're going to be fighting for their lives. So I think we kind of called it what the Burnley game was going to be, but we did manage to win the game 1-0. I mean, again, earlier in the season, I'm not convinced we'd have done that in that sort of game. What about you? I mean, it must have been tough. It was tough to watch on TV. How was it being there?
Yeah, we always knew that it was going to be that case of the day after the Lord Mayor's show, you know, after the Arsenal game. I mean, what was it, something like 68 hours after the Arsenal result? We're playing again, you know?
Yeah, we really did get pushed in this one.
So, obviously, being really early, Sid doesn't like getting woken up early, and we've kind of got up, I think about 8:30 we had to settle. Do you know what's a real sickener? Is that there's a new account, like you introduced me to them, Tottenham Hotspur flag, I think the THFC flags.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people saw it on TV, but the big sort of 9-foot flags that are waving along. So we volunteered, Seb and I, to have one of the flags, and we had to be there an hour before the game. So we've kind of got up really early, 8:30, got to the station, and the train had been cancelled, and they run once an hour. So we had no chance. We actually got to the ground about 5 to 12, so we literally just made it.
What a nightmare.
I know, but it was a sickener, and Seb was actually really gutted because like they sent us a picture of all the flags.
That's an experience, isn't it? That's
yeah.
Well, I think based on what I'm reading, they are hoping to really continue this.
I hope so.
Into next season. So, I mean, stay in touch with them, and I think they'll definitely be. I know they've been doing like some crowdfunding to buy them and things, and to do all sorts of stuff. And I've got to be honest with you, it does look good. That south stand like that, it does look good.
I love the fact there's a Romero one. I would have picked, if I'd have had a choice, I would have picked that Romero one. That'd have been the one I've been waving, you know.
They should have just handed that to you and said, "Hey, Matt, we've heard the podcast. This one is for you.
This is reserved for you."
Yeah. Well, perhaps we ought to chip in. Perhaps we as Spurs News ought to get one, and we'll have like Spurs News written on it. You know, we'll get yeah. Maybe that's a little bit.
A bit of advertising,
yeah. A bit of Spurs News, a bit of Romero. Yeah, a few of the players, Sonny smiling, doing his little heart. Yeah, well, okay, we'll look into this. We'll buy our own flag. We'll show up when we want.
Yeah, show me when you ain't got to get there at 11.
No,
anyway,
we can arrive 5 minutes to. We'll bring our own flag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who needs the 11 o'clock deadline?
But anyone listening who is in the South Stand who wasn't aware of this, you can find them on Twitter. I think it's THFC Flags.
Yes.
The Supporters Trust are promoting them. We're promoting them. It's purely fan movement, absolutely pure and simple, looking to create or add to the atmosphere at the stadium. I think it's great. I think it's a good thing. So yeah, get on board. Now, before we get too deep into the show, this is actually not your first podcast this week. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, so I've guest appeared a couple of times. There's a podcast called Shelfside Pod, and the guy that does it, he used to sit next to me last season. So when I was in the North Stand, before Seb got a season ticket, he sat next to me and stuck up quite a decent friendship. And I actually inspired him to start his podcast. So it's great. It's great fun. They're a great bunch of lads that do it. But Andrew's the guy, the main guy that does it, and he has different people on. I think his regular guest is a guy called Kwambe, and I think he has like other people on and off. But yeah, I appeared on that yesterday. So anyone that, I mean, obviously this will be the first. This is your main one, Spurs News, right? You know, this is your mainstay. But have a little listen to the Shelfside Pod. I guess appear on this week's one. So yeah, check that out if you get a chance.
Yeah, okay. And it's the Shelfside Podcast?
Yeah, Shelfside Pod, they call it, yeah.
And you can find that in all your usual haunts like Apple or Spotify.
Absolutely, the same as us.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so if you're looking for additional podcast content, definitely give that one a try. I'm going to find it. I'm going to listen to it. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it on my phone while we're talking.
There we go.
Let's be nice.
He's on Twitter as well, so I know you're there. They've got a Twitter account. I know that's your go-to social media, Sam, isn't it?
Oh, it's awful. But yeah, it's like walking through a cesspit every day, but I'm addicted to it.
I know. I think the thing is, Shelfside Pod, yeah. I think the thing is with Twitter, it's one of those things where everything's so instant, isn't it? And we've said this before, haven't we? Like, you know, if you want to, you know, when me and Seb are walking to the ground, walking along Seven Sisters, and it's bang on 11 o'clock, or on Sunday, for example, bang on 11 o'clock, you know instantly it's going to be on Twitter, isn't it? Twitter's so up to date with things.
Yeah,
if you want, if you hear this, like, if something's happened, for example, the Patrick Vieira thing yesterday on the pitch, you go onto Twitter, you'll see, you'll see it all on there. It's instant news, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm not convinced it's a good thing, but it is instant. I have found it. So just go on and search the Shelfside Podcast. You'll find it easily. Nice clear logo as well. Shelfside, easy. Your episode's not on there yet.
No, it's not been uploaded. We recorded late last night.
Yeah, the last episode on there, 13th of May, 3 strikes not out. Spurs bang them 3-0. That's always going to be a fun listen, so I got that.
Yeah. Give me something
any content at all talking about that, that's for me, my friend. I will be all over that. Fantastic. Everyone, please do check them out. But don't leave us, because I'll get ever so lonely. I'm a lonely guy, don't leave. Now, the last couple of weeks, through various circumstances, I've said, hey, let us know your comments and send us in your messages and your emails, and people have, and then through various reasons, I've not got to them. So I've kind of promised this week I would basically dedicate the show to the listeners.
Yeah, why not?
Because I'm feeling kind of bad about it. So we are going to kick straight off with head into our comments and head into social media.
Now it's time for your comments from our social media.
So I really need to work on that. So basically, the intro music for this is, now it's time for comments from our social media. And I literally say the same thing. So it's like everyone's like, yeah, we know, Sam.
Yeah,
You don't need to make a song and dance about it, dude. You've just
literally.
said it. Yeah. So I think I need a better intro. I need to work on this. I need to come up with this kind of like, hey, guess what's coming up now? And then I hit the button. Because otherwise it's like, we know, you've just told us.
You just told us, yeah.
Yeah, all right, okay. It's a work in progress. I'm
Guess
learning.
You should say, guess the next section and then press a button. There you go. Don't know people.
Yeah, there we go. Guess what's coming up. The best thing I could do, of course, is I could randomise the buttons and then I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Keep us all on our toes.
Okay, everyone, this is what we're doing now. Press button, this one.
And we're talking about comments.
I'll tell you what, right, go on then. Right, I've said this jokingly now, right? There are 3 options on here: yellow, green, or light blue, I'm going to call it. Pick one, and that's what we're going to talk about next.
All right, Layla's favourite colour is yellow, so let's go with
that. I think I know what this one is, so this is gonna catch you out.
Welcome to Matt's Stats.
Right, that's it. You're on the spot, son. You've got to come up with a stat.
Okay, so this season in the Premier League era was our highest, third highest amount of home wins. So me and Seb were actually treated quite well this season. So
wow,
the highest.
That doesn't feel like it somehow.
No,
but...
it doesn't. It really doesn't, does it? So our highest amount was 17 in that amazing season where I think we only drew to Leicester and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Second highest is 15, and don't ask me what season that was in, but 13 was this season. So yeah, we've had a quite a good season at home.
I fear that just goes once again to show how bad we were for so long.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we had a match stats, everybody. Come on, match stats. We had a match stats.
On the spot.
Yeah, I know, and you just came up. I mean, this is why you're the man. This is why they are match stats. Nobody else is.
No one else can have them.
Yeah, but yeah, we are going to dive into now. So some of these, okay, are from a while ago, and I apologise. I'm going to kick off with Barry Fowles. Barry messaged into the Facebook page and said, love to get your take on this. Just been having a debate on North London derbies past and present and goals that we remember. And we got to Carl Walker's in 2011. We watched it on YouTube and we noticed the team, and my friend said where would we be had we been able to keep hold of Bale, Modric, Walker and a team like that? They are all still playing at the highest level even now. Our problem hasn't been, in my opinion, recruiting top players. It has been keeping them. And this is driven by the club's lack of ambition, success, ? So we'd like us to discuss that. What do you think, good sir?
Yeah, that's actually quite a good question, isn't it?
It is, actually. It's why I kept it. I was like, that's a good discussion point. I think I even replied to him and said, thanks, man. Yeah, that's going to be a good discussion. And then just forgot.
Yeah, but do you know what we?
Bad person.
No, look, we brought you up now, haven't we? So you're not a bad person. You've redeemed yourself.
Eventually. Yeah. Sorry, Barry.
Yeah, it's funny because we spend so much time talking about players we want to buy and the lack of ambition for the players we buy. That's mostly our conversations, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to see it from the other side, no, absolutely. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we've had some amazing players over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, did we have Van der Vaart then as well? Wasn't he part of the squad?
Yeah, he would have been around that time, man. Yeah.
We had some great players. Yeah, it's look. I mean, Man City. You know, when Carl Walker went to Man City, I don't think we could have. You know, they were still another level to everybody else, and you know, with the amount of money they can offer and the fact they could offer him trophies that literally, you know, almost like, you know, we can guarantee you trophies. This gives you a cast down guarantee. We're going to probably pay you 3 times the wages you're on at the moment. Guarantee you wages. He had no particular, like, you know, Carl Walker had no particular loyalty to Spurs. I mean, why would he? He's a Sheffield boy, isn't he? You know, so he's played for us for a few years, but. Yeah, I think it's difficult because I think even like, you know, you look at even Man United when they were having their absolute golden era under Ferguson, they still let big players go, and I don't think that, you know, obviously that wasn't an ambition thing, you know, because you could win anything at Man United, but big players do come and go, and probably in our case it is a lack of possibly ambition, but. We still, you know, I still feel like we buy a lot of good players. You know, we still bring in good players. You've only got to look at the recent players we've brought in, like the two lads from Juventus and Romero.
Yeah.
We're still bringing in good players, but yeah, I think possibly we could have had a golden era if we'd have kept them. But when you've got those.
I think it's the debate around, you can sign good players and show the ambition that way. I think when they're at the club, they need to feel that the club is definitely going to, or definitely trying to win something. I think, you look at guys like Romero, Kulusevski, Bentancur have come in. They've looked at Tottenham, magnificent stadium, training facilities beyond belief. Conte's there as the manager now, so you'd look at that now and go, wow, that's one of the top managers in the game. It's a London-based club, which a lot of players coming from abroad especially really like, the families like London, etc. So everything's there, everything's there for the club to look like a massive club on the scene. And also, interesting, Bentancur said about, he followed us in the Champions League run, when we got to the final. And he was like, I was a fan, they were it was who I wanted to win the whole thing after the Ajax game.
Wow.
And I kind of looked at it and I thought, yeah, that probably did have an impact. There are probably a lot of young players currently coming through various clubs all across Europe or around the world who saw that Tottenham run, saw that semi-final, and perhaps got a little bit of the Tottenham bug, got bit by it. I mean, I know there's young fans in this country who got bit by the Pochettino era and are now just baffled, What the hell was a Nuno?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. We don't talk about Nuno, no.
You need to get a little jingle in for that, Sam.
I'm going to, yeah.
One of your buttons, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be one of the buttons soon. Don't you worry. We don't talk about Nuno, no. I think it's a great debate, and I think you can go round on it, but I do think, and it's a fair criticism, most of those players have left due to the fact the club just wasn't taking the next step. Now, you can blame multiple things for that. You can look at multiple things. The chairman, of course, will say, look, I was spending, we just weren't achieving. And we as fans can go, you were spending like an idiot. It just, there's so many factors to it. But yeah, I think it's a fair point to look at Bale, Modric and Walker and say all three of those players are still playing at the highest level. Bale possibly not. But they have achieved. They've left us and gone on to win multiple things. Would that highlight the fact that any player we sign now could be looking at it the same way? I'm not sure. I do think that for a while we were very much deemed a stepping stone club. I think there were a few players that kind of looked at it. And also, I remember Tim Sherwood, when he was one of the coaches here, telling players, hey, you want to play for Madrid one day and stuff like that, you got to impress here. And I remember being so pissed off about that. It's like, no, if you come to this club, you should be coming to this club and thinking, right, this is the club I'm going to be at. This is making it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I think it's going to take a little bit more time for us to reach that. But at the moment, if you look at it on paper, of course, football's played on grass, annoyingly, but on paper, you'd say we are ticking 90% of the boxes right now for a club that people want to go to. The only thing that needs to kick it over the line is to pick up some silverware at the end of a season, and then all of a sudden, you're right there. Then, so yes, it is that final hurdle still that has not changed. But yeah, thank you, Barry. That was a head scratcher to get us started. I'm always pleased for that one. We also had a message come in on Instagram. It says, hi guys and girl, love the show, thought I would drop a question for next week's podcast. Is it just me, or have Spurs suddenly discovered the art of the set piece again? We are actually trying to do something tricky, and by heck, haven't we scored from them recently? Now this is from Kareem Cronfley, and the only reason why I can say that is because he beautifully spelt it phonetically for me in a separate message. If you read out my name, this is how it's pronounced.
So he does listen.
He definitely listens. Thank you. No, it's funny. Laura forwarded that to me, and I was just like, I like him. I like him a lot. Oh yeah, so big thank you. His best thing is he's probably going to email in like, that's not how you say it.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
sure.
No, I got it wrong. But yeah, so back to his question. I've noticed that all of a sudden we seem to be creating problems for teams from set pieces again. We actually scored from a corner against Arsenal, just as the commentator said, Arsenal rarely concede from set pieces, Tottenham rarely score from set pieces. It's a goal!
I love it. That's proper set up as a commentator, Kirst, there, isn't it?
Oh no, yeah, he did well for us there.
Yes, thank you.
But I have noticed that, because it was at one point I made a joke, and it was a joke but not funny, which is I was more nervous of them scoring from our corner than of us ever getting a goal.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Teams would break on us, and I'd be like, "Oh no, not again! no,
Yeah,
I can't."
Yeah.
But now, actually, no. I don't know whether it's something that they've worked on. I mean, it must be. It can't just be all of a sudden they've clicked. Oh wait, if I put the ball there, do you know what I mean? It just it
sure.
can't be. It must be something they've actually worked on. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it was the Burnley game, but there was a lot of short corners going on, and you can see with the free kicks as well. They're kind of, it wasn't just sort of bang it in there and hope someone's head get. It looked like they were really working on different set piece techniques and different ideas.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you. I think it's noticeable, and obviously other people have noticed as well, so that's good. We now have we have a question from someone who has their own theme, my friend.
Now it's time for a comment from Island Brother.
Not gonna lie, there's something about this music that's very relaxing.
I want to be on holiday.
I know. We're nearly at our holiday, actually. We've only got a couple of shows left.
No, I want to be on a beach somewhere, not just like break holiday. I want to be on holiday, literally.
Right. I
like
can't
stepped off a plane. Are you sure?
There ain't a lot I can do about that one. But actually, someone in Gloucestershire, which is right near where I live, won 180 million on the Euro Millions. Right?
Wow.
I have this ridiculous tradition. I play the lottery. I do it online, and I get emails like if I won a prize, like, "Hey, you've won a prize." I don't open them because I leave it there and go, whilst that's there, the dream lives.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So it's a bit silly. It's a silly little thing I've done. And normally I've won like £2.30. Yeah. But this time it's like, the jackpot winner's from the UK. And I'm like, ooh.
Getting closer.
The dream really does live. And it's like, the jackpot winners are from Gloucestershire. And I'm like, ooh, what? Okay, I checked it straight away then. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, £10. I mean, it's a lot better than usual, but still 180 odd million to a couple in Cheltenham. And they're celebrating yesterday on the local news with a bottle of champagne and my hatred. But anyway, good luck to them. Whatever.
You're not gonna. That £10 not gonna get you very far, mate, on a Caribbean holiday, is it? Unfortunately,
no. It wouldn't even get me the petrol to get to their place in Cheltenham to shout at them. Not anymore. I put £10. I put £10 in the car now, and it just goes, "Well done. You can fill up again."
Yeah.
So, my fellow Tottenham brothers in arms, hope all is well. Maximum anticipation for the derby. You see, this is how old this comment is. Man, I am so sorry. That's all I dare risk saying about that. My question is, who is the personal highest... Oh, hang on. Who is your personal highest desired choice to come in this summer as far as players go? Stay healthy and COYS. The Island brother there. First of all, I'm really sorry I'm getting to this late, my friend. The derby was amazing. Beforehand, I was strangely confident. Just so everyone's aware, I actually genuinely went into that derby for the first time ever thinking we've got this, which is really weird. I don't know where that came from, but it worked out, so hopefully I'll feel that way again on Sunday. He says stay healthy, thank you, that's very kind.
Thank you.
Yeah, highest desired choice, beautiful way of putting it. There's certain players who I'd love us to sign that I don't think we'd ever sign. But Matt, do you have a kind of like a player that you look at the moment and think, if we brought him in, that'd be a good one?
I mean, I know I'm going for an obvious choice here, but I know he gets talked about quite a lot. But I think if we signed Dybala, I think that would be like a real kind of statement signing, because the guy is a guy that, I think would massively improve the team. And
Well, yeah.
he's worked. Has he worked under Conte as well? I think he's worked
I'm
under
not.
Conte.
I'm not.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
honestly not sure. I'm not
Or
sure if
maybe
he
it's
was
too
there when
late. They
Juventus was
mixed
there.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, he. I mean, he obviously is fully aware of him being in Italy. I'm not sure on that one because the rumor flew around this week again, and then it got shot down really fast. Now, the thing I always say this when I'm talking to people is like when a rumor gets shot down fast, it actually doesn't necessarily mean it's nonsense because when it's fast, it means either one or two things: either it's absolute crap, they've got no interest, that's why they want to kill it because they don't want people talking about it even a little bit. Or there's actually a hell of a lot to it, and they're trying to keep it under the friggin' radar.
Okay.
It's like no one talk about that.
Shush.
No one talk about that. Yeah, shut up. So I think that particular player, along with a number of players, would not even be talking to us right now until Champions League is wrapped up. I think there is a batch of players out there whose contracts are coming to an end, are looking for a Champions League club, and are just with their agents waiting until, various teams. Paratici knows him quite well, so if he's a player that Conte and him both look at, I think we got a good chance. I'm not sure. I just don't know. I just don't know if that's a player they'd want. I have no idea. I'm fully on board with backing him, but it did make me laugh that we were linked heavily with him. It got shot down fast, and then a rumour went out that we were actually in for John McGinn from Aston Villa.
Okay.
And what made me laugh about that is because, like, from a fan point of view, it's like, oh, Dybala on a free transfer. No, John McGinn. Oh, okay, yeah. Yay!
I'm surprised it's not McGinn. There you go.
McGinn, yeah. The French Scotsman who plays for Action Villa. Yeah, no. Anyway,
that'd be the alternative.
I always die on the hill of James Ward-Prowse, Mr. Island Brother, sir. I think he would be great. I think with Harry Winks leaving, Tanguy Ndombele leaving, there is a hole there for another central midfielder. You've got Skip, you've got Højbjerg, you've got Bentancur. You need one more. Leeds get relegated. I'd like to see us go hard for Calvin Phillips. Personally, I think he's going to end up at Man City. I think they're going to make a move for him pretty quickly, regardless of what happens with Leeds. But he is the type of player I think would suit Conte down to the ground. And we need someone in that position, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there we go.
Do you know, Sam, before you move on to the next one, they say about, this is relevant, by the way, but they say sometimes that with children, you don't notice that they've stopped doing something until you kind of like, you look back and you're like, oh my God, they've stopped doing that. I've just realised we never get any message from is it Alpesh? What's his name? The guy, the enrichment guy, team enrichment. Kapesh, is it Kapesh?
Oh yeah, we don't.
We never hear from him anymore, do we?
Do you think he stopped listening to us?
Oh, that'd be such a sickener. I used to love his team enrichment messages, didn't you?
Yeah.
What's happened to him? That's actually quite sad.
Yeah. If you're listening, reach out. Matt misses you.
Yeah, honestly, if you are still listening, send us a message, like just so I know you're all good, everything's all good.
Yeah, Alpesh K. Patel.
Alpesh, that's it. Yeah.
I'm fairly confident that was it. Maybe he just got fed up with me saying his name wrong. So
I've butchered it as well. To be fair,
it's like, oh no, not them again. I'm
not them
up.
Idiots.
Yeah, I'm so fed up. I'm going to go to the shelf side instead. At least they say my name.
They say that name.
And you'll get there and find you on there this week. Like, no, I can't escape him. Okay, so the next one is another comment which came in via Instagram. It's from Jake Bennett 17. Jake, again, this was a while back, so apologies, but I have still got it. I am getting to it now. Also, this goes to prove, and I need to really stress this, Laura does pass these on.
Don't blame me.
Don't blame Laura. It is my fault. Even the times that she doesn't pass them on still only blame me. Anyway, Jake Bennett says, not a question, but my baby's due tomorrow on Derby Day. Jake, is the baby here? You're going to have to follow up with this. Be. Did the baby arrive? I know a due day doesn't necessarily mean, birthing day. Oh man, my daughter hung around for it. Joe, I'm still mad at my kid for this. 13 years ago. It was 2008, and she was due the end of July, okay? They will allow up to a maximum like a couple of weeks for going over. Yeah. She goes into labour with my daughter on about the 7th, like the morning of. It clocks round onto the 8th, which means that my daughter would have been born on the 8th of August 2008. 888.
Oh,
I was over the moon. I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. No, not my kid. My kid decides to turn round, making it the most nightmare pregnancy birthing in history, and doesn't arrive until like 5 minutes into the bloody 9th.
Oh, you're kidding.
So her date of birth is the 988, and forever I see that. It reminds me of the awkward little shit. It ruined it for me. There you go. What a start, eh? But anyway, moving on, because I obviously clearly still take that far too personally. I should have known she was going to be a pain.
There you go. The clue was there.
So he says, hoping to talk my wife into naming the baby after whoever got the winning goals. So the derby, so that's Sonny or Harry.
Harriet, if
it's a baby boy, you literally call him Sonny Boy. No, probably not. I mean, your surname's Bennett, so Sonny Boy Bennett. Sonny Boy Bennett works. Harry Bennett, Harry Kane Bennett. How about Kane? Kane is a first name. It's quite good. Kane's son Bennett. No, that doesn't really work. Kane Hunmin Bennett. No, that confuse a lot of people.
Harry
Hunmin Bennett. Yeah, Harry Min's son. Harry Min's son. No, that just baffle people. Anyway, do update us, pretty please, Jake. I'd love to know. The boy, girl. Do the whole thing. You got to do the whole proper baby announcement. We need to know the weight, the time, and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm actually. Come on, Matt. Let's play the game. Let's do the baby game. What do you reckon, boy or girl?
So hopefully he'll tell us. I think it was a boy.
You reckon he had a little boy?
Yeah.
And what do you reckon? Big boy, little boy?
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Like £9 job, yeah.
Yeah, let's go a little bit lower. £8.10. There we go.
Yeah, all right. Oh, £8.10. All right. I'm going to go close to 8. I'm hoping for his poor wife anyway. And all right. So yeah, let us know, Jake. We're invested now. He says, anyway, not having much success. On to the question. What do you think the likelihood is of... I'm going to start this again. What do you think is the likelihood of us signing players out of contract at the end of the season, like Dybala, just mentioned, Isco? I know there's a few excellent players all out of contract. Still can't see us being in the running for any of these right now, but I guess a lot depends on where we finish. What are your thoughts? Keep up the good work on the podcast. Thank you. I think we've kind of started to discuss this already, which is a lot of these players are just sitting back right now and waiting for the end of the season. I think Champions League changes everything.
Yeah, completely. And do you know what I love as well is that he sent that message just before the Arsenal game by looks of things, and he said there's not much chance of us finishing. So at that time, they were 4 points above us, weren't they?
They were. When he wrote this message, it didn't look like we were going to get Champions League football. But then we beat Arsenal. We then beat Burnley. And away the lads. Newcastle beat Arsenal. And all of a sudden, it's in our own hands.
My God.
Which, by the way, are probably the only hands I don't trust.
do you know what? Do you know what, Sammy? Have you been like? Well, I know you, so you have probably been looking at all the different connotations, haven't you, and all the different aspects of it. I'm
trying to find peace. That's why. At the moment I'm a wreck over. I'm trying not to convey that though. I'm trying to be positive, but I'm a wreck.
But you got to look at the because we always our minds always go to those two, don't they? To the Newcastle one that we got walloped, and obviously the West Ham one. Yeah. But I genuinely think that with Conte in charge, I think it's going to be a different.
I am trying you sort of look at something and you look at it logically, right? Just logically, it's like we're actually a very strong, well-drilled unit now. We're going to go there with the job in mind of winning that game and trying to get Sonny on the score sheet to try and win the Golden Boot. Mm-hmm. The objective is win the game. The objective 2 is Sonny scores goals. And I also think that Norwich are going to try and put on a game. Norwich aren't, they got nothing to shut up shop about, if that makes sense. Norwich it's their last home game in the Premier League. They've already been relegated. there's no way Norwich go, right, let's just, close the door. They're going to go out and try and play for the fans. So they're going to try and put, which is two things in this. One is, oh crap, they're really going to go for us, which they are. But two, they are really going to go for us. So if we play our game and we play our game well, we're going to get in behind them. They're not going to do a Burnley. They're not going to show up and be like, right, 10 men behind the ball, let's try and catch Tottenham on the break. Because what's the point in that for them? There is no objective. There is no reason to do that.
Yeah, they're going to want to, it's their last game.
Yeah.
As almost like a farewell to the Premier League, and it's been a shit season, but
we'll be back. Don't you worry, and we're gonna have our last say in the matter. And as much as that worries me, it kind of reassures me a little bit as well, because I do think we have the quality to beat that. I do think we do. But it's just history, and it's like the weight of history is just eating at me. It's like, even, do you remember the Jose Mourinho season? Our final game was against Palace. We had to not lose to get into the Conference League, just to be in Europe.
That's right.
And we kind of, we did it. We drew the game. But that game was torture, man.
Yeah.
It was awful. And we celebrated like we won the league. And at that time, it felt like a real achievement. And I think, with all the COVID and all the stop-start and everything, I think it was. I think it was valid to celebrate that. But I'm now looking at it and I'm just like, I don't want to put myself through that again, because with it being the Champions League and knowing how massive it is, because as someone said the other day, and when he said it, I was like, oh wow, you're right. It's not just that you'd get the Champions League. We deny them the Champions League. Like, not only do we get all that financial benefit, we deny them all that financial benefit.
Absolutely.
Not only do we leapfrog them again, we leapfrog them again. So it's like, there is actually so much on this game that I know at full time, if we manage to achieve it, even if we draw the game and play badly, I know that I'm going to celebrate that like we've lifted the World Cup. And I know I am, and I'm going to enjoy it, because at the moment I've just got so much tension and it needs to... At 90 minutes, it's just going to vanish, one way or another, either in a pure celebration or no one's going to hear from me for a while whilst I sit in a dark room.
Do you know the thing is as well, Sam? This is, like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but my biggest thing that I'd full time, we've done it, we've pipped them, and that. My thought process is going to be, when are they going to bring out All or Nothing?
Oh, I know. I'm literally. See, this is the problem. I'm trying to stay so chill, right? But I will tag Amazon All or Nothing on Twitter at the moment it happens, and just be like, give me the release date. I need this. Please, please. I want the final episodes. I want to watch the moment their dream dies.
Yeah.
I want to look into their eyes where a cameraman zooms in at the moment that is dead. I want to watch I want to watch them walk in at halftime down to 10 men, 2-0 down against us. I then want to watch the team talk where he goes, "Come on, guys, next goal is really important," and then watch their whole world collapse as Sonny makes it 3-0. I want to drink those tears, my friend, but right now I can't, because we need to get a result against Norwich, and I can't let myself get carried away. My friend who's a gooner sent me this message, and she was just like, "Oh, we've really thrown it away, but at the end of the day, you guys have actually really turned it on since Conte took it." And I'm just like, "No, shut up. I know what you're doing. Go away. I'm not entertaining it." And I'll tell you the git, right? So everybody listening right now, if we don't do it, there is one person to blame, and his name is Stefan. Stefan on this show has been jubilant, sending me memes about Arsenal not getting top 4, about Tottenham being in the Champions League. And every time I tell him, shut up. Stop it. And he's like, "Mate, come on, don't be superstitious." I'm like, "Oh,
it's not bad being superstitious. Yeah.
Superstitious. I'm going to be wearing the same outfit I wore against Arsenal because I've kept it, because clearly it's lucky."
Do you know what I love, Sam? What game was it? I know. Maybe it was a Liverpool game, and also the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
The message you sent, I love it. Nobody move.
No, yeah,
Nobody move.
Nobody even look around. If you need the toilet, you go where you are.
Do exactly what you've been doing for the last however moment.
Yeah, just nobody move.
Don't do
Nobody
anything
mess
different.
this up. Yeah, I mean, it's so stupid. It is so stupid. But like everyone reminds me of, because I've talked about it on the podcast, about us against Man City in the Champions League. And I had the last part of the game on mute, because when I put it on mute, we equalised. So I couldn't take it off mute again. So I've watched the back end of that game in silence, just terrified of everything. Anyway. But it worked. So
it worked. Do you know what? Me and Seb have got a little. I mean, I might even mention it. We've got a little thing where, unfortunately, because now it's one season in, the superstitions grow and grow and grow, and it's getting it's getting silly now. It's getting absolutely silly. Like, I have to. We walk past a certain pub, and I have to mention something I did there. He walked past outside the stadium. They've got these like big, they almost look like plinths, but they're not. And he's like, he has to say that should be some statues of some of the great players, and we have to do our little thing every time, and it's getting ridiculous. But
you're going to get to the point where you've actually got a fully scripted conversation you have to have every
the
time
whole way.
on the way to the game. I love that.
It's insane.
See, stuff like that's part of the fun for me.
Yeah, sure.
I know it sounds like I'm torturing myself, and believe it, ladies and gentlemen, I am. But anyway, the next one is from somebody who sent a message into the Facebook page. And again, I am so sorry. But mostly because it's Chris, and his surname's spelled VDLY. How would you say that?
VDLY.
I know that's how you'd spell it. How do you say it?
No, I'm just checking the letters. Vidley?
I would pronounce it, Chris, VDLY.
No, I was just checking the letters, because I was thinking those letters don't sound like they...
No, I love the idea that he has got the trendiest surname in the world, where you don't say it, you spell it.
There's no vowels.
I am Chris VDLY. Hey, Chris VDLY. How do you say that? No. You just spell it, my friend.
No, do you know what? It's got to be like what they call an acronym, isn't it? Where it's so very. It's got to be VDLY. Very.
Oh.
Do you know this guy? This guy's. We're just picturing like this guy. He's got it all right. Okay, so this is why he's picked this. So he's to the girls very desirable, very lovable, and then the Y is. Give me a Y, Sam. Come on.
I'm zooming in on his picture. The dude's got sunglasses on.
There you go. Very desirable,
shirtless,
loving.
With a lady.
Yeah.
Please
and
don't
then
let
the
that.
Y.
Please, if that's his daughter, I apologise, Chris. I can't see it. It's really small, little thing. I can just see this female VDLY, very doubting lady. I don't know. I'm going to work on that. By the time you comment again, I will have that. But Chris, tell us how to say that, or tell me. No, that's not my surname, you idiots. Tell me, please, because that's going to bug me. He says, "Hi all, hope you're all doing well. Quick question for the podcast this week: do either of you believe that Lucas Moura has a role in the squad for next season? Also, Matt, would you like to revise how many goals Harry Kane will finish the season with?" And then he does laughing emoji and COYS.
What did I... Have you got it all written down, Sam? Because I can't remember what I said.
I do, but I don't have it to hand. I'm sorry.
I said 10, didn't I? Did I say 10? I'm about right,
did you? Now, I may not have it written down in front of me right now, but I definitely know you said more than that, you fibber. Right. To be honest with you, the funny thing is, I think I said 10.
Oh, did you?
I was very cross with him at the time.
Yeah, you was. Yeah.
I'm still not over it, Matt, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm working on my anger. He did an interview the other day, and I saw that he'd done this interview, and my heart sank. I was like, please don't. Harry, me and you are just about getting on again.
Yeah.
Me and you are, and it was actually a really good interview where he talked about how happy he was under Conte, and I was like,
oh, good.
I know that you've done that once again to send the message clear and wide that if Conte goes, you'll be off as well. But
yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna take it as yay. I'm in a good place. You just scored 2 against Arsenal and celebrated like a lunatic, so I'm on board. Do you actually genuinely not remember? I found it.
I think was it probably 20. Did I say 20 or was it higher
You
than
said
that?
20. You said 25.
And what's he on at the moment?
Less than that. Yeah. Hey, we got one game to go, man. It could be a nutty, crazy 10-0. Harry Kane scores the lot, takes the golden boot. Sonny crying on the pitch. Kane just looking at him. I'll tell you something that did make me laugh this week is a reporter who was at the Hotspur Way, and he's talking to Harry Kane with all these players in the background. And he says to him, Harry, if you get the opportunity to set Sonny up or score yourself at the weekend, are you going to be trying to tee up your teammate? No.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But jokingly, right? Jokingly. Yeah. And he goes, so the reporter kind of laughs. He goes, oh, but he's so close to the golden boot. He went, I know. and everyone in the background's laughing. Like Eric Dyer says, so, oh, go on, Harry, do it for you. And he just went, yeah, I know he would, but no, not at all.
I love it.
No chance. No, not at all. It just goes to show, I think, over this season, they've obviously managed to repair a lot of relationships.
Yeah, completely.
Genuinely, at the start of this season, do you remember like the team bus? Harry sat on his own.
Yeah.
The training pictures, and he's literally stood by himself. Just people, and the social media, like the players, like Eric Dyer, Sonny on Instagram, really had a dig at him. So, yeah, I think he upset a few, and I think it's taken a while to maybe, all right, you're okay. We'll be chums again, Harold.
Oh, do you know what? We've gone over it a lot of times.
You've moved on. I know.
Yeah,
you're a good man.
But obviously it ties in a little bit with what we were saying. What Barry was asking earlier about big players going and stuff. And I'll always say it that the guy deserves trophies. He deserves them. He's going to be 29 in July. I think he'll be playing to his 35, 36. I mean, it's the style of play he plays. It's a bit like the Teddy Sheringham mould, isn't it? He's never been about his pace, is it? So he'll be playing for a long, long time. So he's still potentially got another 7, 8 years of top level football to play. But he just deserves trophies. He deserves them. And look, if things all go to plan, like they could potentially. With us potentially, fingers crossed, getting what we need on Sunday, and then finishing the Champions League and potentially getting some good players, and with Conte, this could be it. But I genuinely, this is for me, and I mean this, right? If this doesn't work out, you've got my full blessing, man. You got my full blessing. Just go. He'd
have had mine if not for the way he went about it.
No,
I
know. No, I know. I get that.
Who do you think's the best striker in the Premier League? Who do you think of? Like Premier League greatest strikers, who's the first name?
What, of all time or just
now?
All
time, and Premier League, all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's Shearer, isn't it? You go for someone like Shearer.
You got to say him. Yeah. How many trophies did Shearer win in his career?
He won one, didn't he? One trophy. Yeah. But the thing is, though, look, you look on Match of the Day, and I think Match of the Day, it was one football game, and Mika Rich, I don't know if you might have even seen this.
Giving him crap about
taking the piss out of it. Yeah, so I don't want Harry to I don't want him because he deserves to finish his career with a haul, of club trophy. He deserves that. Like the guy is, he's worked so hard. Someone who was never the most naturally gifted player, as we saw, like in his early years with us, to become this force that is just breaking records for fun. It's ridiculous. Yeah. He's 19 goals away from being Tottenham Hotspur's greatest ever goal scorer.
Yeah,
that's
he's here
insane.
Next season, he'll break that record.
That's insane. Do you know, I was talking about goals. I've just looked it up, Sam. It might be a bit more than you thought. In the Premier League, 16. 16.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I generally had in my head, I think he's actually, because he's been barreling them in recently.
Yeah.
So, the 2 against the Scum. Yeah, so, he does. He gets 9 against Norwich, man. I am eating humble pie.
Yeah, did we say you had to get like a Sissoko tattoo?
I had to get a tattoo with Harry Kane and a love heart forever.
There we go, yeah.
yeah,
you never know.
Imagine that on a date, can't you? Can you explain this? No, you just got to accept it. Yeah. The next question is from someone who's messaged in, and it's from Sean Paul Metter. The reason why I know how to say that is because Sean, who also listens to the show, has spelt it phonetically for me.
They're all helping you out, Sam.
Sean Paul Metter. And he's from Canada, eh? Sorry, Sean. I had to do that. Oh, sorry. Hi, Matt and Sam. With so much riding on this match against the worst team in the league, am I alone in feeling more nervous than when we were in the Champions League final?
No, you're not, mate.
No,
You're not.
Sean. Oh, my friend Sean, you are proper Spurs. Well done. Obviously, I speak for all of us when retaining Kane and Conte, top 4 finish, and most of Levy's commitment and spending fills me with some excitement. Yeah, it does. But, yeah, Sean, you're right. I love that. It can't just be us. Other teams must go this way as well, surely. But
do you know
it
this
does feel like a very Tottenham phenomena of we're playing against a top team and all of us feeling good. Then we play against the worst team in the league and we're like, oh no. Oh,
yeah,
no, we're screwed.
Yeah. Do you know? You must have seen it because the tweet has been doing the rounds all over the place. But I've got it in front of me now. So anyone who hasn't seen
Is
it,
it from Billy?
Yeah, it says so. If the prospect of only needing a draw against an already relegated Norwich on the final day doesn't absolutely terrify you, you're not Spurs.
I mean, if you don't follow Billy T on Twitter and you're on Twitter, please do, because the guy's a living legend. Yeah, that cracked me up. I think I liked and retweeted that straight away. Just like, yeah, I know.
So true.
We
so
all
true.
know it. It's just we. And the funny, like, I saw loads of people like this week going, "Oh, any chance of a ticket for Norwich? Any chance?" I'm like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
why? What are you doing to yourself? Why? It's going to be hell." You know, the funny thing is, right, about this game being hell, I know I'm going to be a wreck. So I keep thinking to myself, what can I possibly do while the game's going on to distract me from, because like I get quite into these things, and when my daughter came along I realised I had to, one, curb my language a bit when I'm watching sports, because otherwise her going in nursery like, what does you mother no yeah just kick the ball, you no Phoebe, no not
no, don't repeat.
sorry everyone. You know, and a lot of very angry mums. So I had to really work on that, and I got to this kind of thing where I'm like, I need to try and think of something to do. And I had this idea, and I don't know what you think. I don't know what your plans are for the game, but I was like, we could potentially do a live show alongside the game.
Well, do you know what?
That would give me something to focus on.
Well, I was going to say, my plans was actually to have a little evening nap and then just wake up at 6 o'clock. So that's going to throw that out the window.
Could you do that? Could you genuinely do, like, I don't think, because like someone said to me, just do something else, put a film on. I'm like,
have a sleep.
I don't think I can. I genuinely don't.
Do you know what? I'm well up for that. If you want to do something like that, I'm more than happy to, because I need, like, don't get me wrong, I've got Seb with me, but I need other Spurs fans to help me through this.
I don't know how helpful I'll be though, because I'm a wreck typically. I mean, you read our chat. Typically, I'm like, oh no, this is it. This is the moment we all. This is it. I'm just a gibbering wreck in the corner. But maybe I can put on maybe like with my kid in the room, I can put on the brave face. Maybe I can just like, yeah, don't worry about it, everyone. This is going to be great. Oh, it's only 2-0 to them at half time. We can come back from this.
So painful. You got all the fancy equipment there, Sam. Look, we can get this going, can't we?
I do. All right. I'm going to work on that today.
Work on it.
I mean,
okay.
It's Friday today. I've got all day tomorrow to try and find out a way of doing it. All right. So continuing over comments, we've got Dean Bernard who says, do you think we'll get the job done on Sunday and we finally see the naming rights for the stadium get sorted out? The revenue from Champions League and that would be really interesting for this window. The naming rights thing's weird because I've got quite a good point of contact with someone I actually know who's working on that. He told me ages ago it was done. But then nothing, like absolute silence. And even he's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's just stopped. It was like two sides got together, hashed out a deal, everyone shook hands, everyone popped a bit of champagne, and then nothing has happened.
Okay.
So I'm like, the only...
Did the printer run out of ink or something for the printing the contract?
Do you know what? This is... The only thing I can think of, right, given the timescales involved, and please, everyone, this has come from no one, this is purely the only thing I can think of, is it was a Russian company. Do you know what
possibly,
I mean? Because that's like, what else could go from done deal to complete and utter silence? Like everything's like... I mean, it could just be a case of negotiations got to the final bit and Daniel Levy went, we'll take your cash now. And they were like, what? And, we thought we were paying it bit by year. No, all up front. Come on, cough up. I have no idea. It's just, it's
Bizarre.
very odd. The guy's got a reasonable thing. Like, back in the Champions League, could that be the thing that whoever's lined up goes, right, okay, now we'll pull the trigger on the deal?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, you think like the exposure that it'll get.
Massive, yeah.
You know, with
NFL, Champions League, Premier League, global brands for one stadium. It's, you add to that like the concerts. Guns N' Roses are going to be there. I mean, at the moment, it's the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for all of these things.
Yeah.
You pay the naming rights, and all of a sudden, there's Guns N' Roses at the Amazon Arena, London, or Amazon.
Sure.
So, yeah. Anyway,
It's got a nice ring to it, the Amazon Arena. I like that.
It really does, Jeff. If you're listening, come on, Jeff. You got the money.
Of course
Come
he
on.
has.
The amount of stuff I buy through your website. Get on with it, man. Mark Ivy says, and also hello, Mark. There were two massive turning points this season that went in our favour, without which I believe getting anywhere near the top four would have been impossible. Number one, the appointment of Antonio Conte. Number two, our elimination from the Europa Conference League.
Yeah. Look, the first one.
I think he's right, but I don't like the second one.
Yeah, he's right. I think he's right though. I mean, look, you look at.
I agree. I just don't like that is right.
Yeah.
I don't like that. He's absolutely spot on, but I really still unhappy about our whole club attitude towards a European competition. Anyway.
We said though, didn't we? I said that, didn't I? That Conte, they actually finished 10th Chelsea the season before, and then he took them over and they won in the league. So they weren't in Europe.
No,
so they were just playing. They were playing just every weekend, obviously with a few cup games scattered in between.
Yeah.
So he had that week every week to work on the team, and I think that was a massive factor on them winning the league.
I think it's definitely a massive factor. It does make me wonder just how effective, because when we did that win-loss run, we were playing twice a week.
Yeah, of course.
And it does make me wonder how his training methods and stuff are going to translate to us having a Champions League season. Because I don't think he's ever won anything in Europe, Conte.
No.
Yeah, no. There you go. Just throw that out there to make everyone feel better. Michael Jasper Annis says, great podcast again this season. Hey, we're not done yet, Michael. We got this one, and then we got a finale show to wrap the whole season, hopefully celebrating Champions League football, or 30 to 40 minutes of me crying. Number one, which player has been the biggest surprise for you this season? And two, how's the Kane bet going? Well, the Kane bet we've discussed. Which one's been the biggest surprise?
I think for me, when we signed Cutie Romero, we knew that he'd won, best defender. Was it best player or best defender?
Yeah.
So we knew we was getting a quality player, but wow.
Well, we thought we might. we all probably had that kind of, heard this before.
Yeah, let's see. But wow, has he been a player this season? He's really surprised me.
He's been a bit good, hasn't he? Yeah,
just a bit.
I don't know. I don't know if I class him as. I'll tell you what my biggest surprise has been, and that's the second coming of Matt Doherty.
Oh wow!
I was done. I was like, please let him leave. Please. I would accept the club just going, look, here's a free transfer. Just leave.
Yeah.
But that guy came back strong.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that was kind of crazy for me, so I put that one in there. Next one's from Ryan Miller. He says, if we get the top four, will you do a podcast special discussing the highs and lows of the season? Basically, we're going to do that anyway. So regardless of the result, there will be one more show for this season, which is going to be a recap. Ryan says, will you bring back the Spurs News celebrity? No, absolutely not. He's jinxed this week, and I'm not going to forgive him. So no. It is possible for the final show we will actually get Dan and Laura on with us. I'm trying to set up a time at the moment and trying to do. It's like herding cats, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's like me and you are like, okay, these are our windows, and them pair are like, oh yeah, well, I do this and I do. I mean, even though she's quit OnlyFans, she's still so busy. It's ridiculous.
How?
I know. Ugh. never mind. And finally, we do have a question from the super sub himself, which is Stefan Cruz Alvarez. He says, top four is back in our hands. Each time we've gone to fourth, we've screwed it up. Is anyone else worried? Yeah.
Well, especially the people that are putting all these memes and stuff saying it's already in the bag.
Because he then puts, what a night, playing football on he meant to say Wednesday night, you play Thursday because you're... No, not yet.
Not yet. Just please, wait for Sunday.
Do Norwich, then we do it. Then we go, and we go big.
I am going to flood every social media. Oh, God.
It's going to be just a big chuffy grin on my face. Hello. Oh. Here's me in a Tottenham shirt just smiling at you.
There's just I write a list of all the things, like we talk about the All or Nothing, the Arsenal fan TV. Yeah. Honestly, everything.
Arsenal fan TV and chill. We have two final questions, both from the same guy, and it's from the Johnny Stark. Dun dun dun. My favourite American who comments, unless you're American and you comment and I've missed it, sorry. The Johnny Stark Show, as I'm calling him. He opens with, if Sonny wins the Golden Boot, will people finally admit he's world class?
People say that already, didn't they?
Yeah, other people won't, because they'll go, yeah, but what he won? He's won the Golden Boot, you idiot. And the other thing is, do you think the news of specific players that Conte wants gone this summer will impact the performance against Norwich? It's an interesting one, because I did see this list of players that say Antonio Conte wants gone. I would say, I believe it came from the Daily Mail. So even if you're a player feeling like you're out the door and you've seen your name on that list, I think you'd kind of have to just look at the source and go, meh.
Yeah.
And also a lot of it's down to attitude. Like, so for example, if I'm a player and I see my name on this list that's going around and I'm in the squad for a Norwich game, I'm going to train that little bit harder. I'm going to make sure the manager sees me. I'm going to make sure if I come onto that pitch, I make it damn near impossible to be kicked out of this side.
Yeah.
I will make the difference. If a player doesn't have that attitude, then we want to get rid of him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a win-win, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm kind of I do. It's a valid thing to think about, and it's a sort of thing that if we don't win, I'll be having some sort of panic attack over and like, it was all because of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, never mind. I do just want to say quickly as well that Everton have managed to survive in the Premier League. Everton were 2-0 down against Crystal Palace at home last night, and they made a change at half-time. They brought on Dele Alli. They then won the game 3-2, and I'm just going to read you two tweets that I saw from Everton fans, okay? Now, bear in mind, Dele didn't score, but he clearly made an impact. I didn't watch the game, I don't know. But the first one is, get Dele Alli a motherfucking statue. And the next one is, Dele Alli changed this game. I don't care how lazy he is in training. Let him play solitaire for all I care. He has to play every week.
Wow.
It just cracked me up. I just generally saw those, and there's loads, by the way. If you want to go find it, there is just Everton fans waxing lyrical about he basically came on and changed the game for them.
Yeah, I went on Twitter yesterday evening and he was number 2 trending. I'm like, why is Dele Alli trending on Twitter?
Yeah, oh no, what's he done?
Yeah.
Oh no, Dele, what have you been caught doing this time? I just crazy. But...
Do you know it's funny, Sam, because I don't know about you, but I was thinking my thought process was I want them to lose because then they'll be like fighting for their lives against Arsenal.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, I guess now they're safe. It's a bit like the kind of Norwich one. They know where they're safe now. There's no pressure. They're not going to go any further up. They're not going to go any further down. It's just the season's done for them. And with that pressure off, it can either mean they're going to be on holiday and just let Arsenal roll them over, or they can be let's go out and play. We've got all the stresses off our shoulders now. Let's go and show these fans what we could potentially be next season.
Yeah, they can, and that's the thing, is they have got a lot of talented players, and maybe with the pressure gone, they will actually put up a bit of a fight, or like you say, they'll just be like, doesn't matter, we're done, we're staying up, and we're on holiday. Good luck, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think from my point of view, we just have to be solely, and I mean solely, focused on beating Norwich.
Yeah, it doesn't
I know
matter
everyone's going to go, we just got to not lose. Yeah, now, beat them.
Yeah,
beat them, please. I do not want to be and it's 1-1 in the 93rd minute.
Please.
The referee looks at his watch. It's now past the time.
Oh, Jesus.
And Norwich have a corner. The crowd. And I'm going to be like, no.
Stop, man.
Oh, we've
Honestly,
just heard the full time. Arsenal have won their game. Now they wait to see if Norwich can grab a winner. And I'm just going to be screaming.
Stop.
Doing this live isn't a good idea.
No, do you know what I mean? You're bringing me out in anxiety right now. Stop.
Everyone listening to this just going, la 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 la, no, likey.
No likey, shush.
Right, okay, so this is our final sort of midweek show or whatever we're going to be doing. We will be doing one more show for this season. The 2021-22 season has been bananas, and I will be getting to work on it to try and put that together, hoping that we have a very, very happy ending. It is one game left. It is all or nothing. See what I did? Yeah. We're gonna have all and they're gonna have nothing. And we hope. I'm gonna go turn around 3 times outside and spit after I did that. But look, everybody, best of luck. We're all on this ride together. We're all Tottenham fans. We're all going to be going through it right now. So let's get there. Let's get there together. Let's have a bit of belief. I believe in Antonio Conte and this team. I believe in Kane. I believe in Sonny. I believe in Kulusevski. I believe in Højbjerg. I believe in Bentancur. I believe in gentle Ben Davis, the legend. Eric Dyer won't let them past him. Whether it's Romero or Sanchez, they're going to have great games. Sessegnon's going to be brilliant. Emerson Royale, the man reborn, and Hugo Lloris is going to make sure no one shall pass. Even when that guy's got the shits, he goes in goal and keeps a clean sheet. His pants weren't clean, but no one scored.
No.
Until we talk again, hopefully it's triumphant. Everyone, you all take care. We'll be back for our final show. You all take care, mate. And Matt, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you for listening to the Spurs News Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Stay up to date with all things Tottenham. Follow us on social media. All links are in the podcast description.